Hello, weeds. Welcome back to RaikouDoes RuneScape. I forgot to put this in beforehand. I'm gonna do one more. Alright. Even though I should be sleeping, and I don't really have much at all to talk about. I sat here for 30 minutes just trying to think of something, but my brain didn't want to do it. I wanted to talk about, something other than myself, because I've been doing that a lot, because it's kind of, for one, the only thing that I feel qualified to talk about, and it's the only thing that I can easily, off the top of my head come up with things to spend a lot of minutes talking about. So I was trying to think, what stuff can I talk about? I want to skip this one. Sure, let's have a pirouette. But I don't know if I thought too hard or not hard enough for what, but I just couldn't come up with anything, so well, at least here I got a good like 3 minutes of talking about how I have nothing to talk about. But what was that? Something stuck under my nail. Hang on. There's something hurting in there. I think I got it. So oh hey, a beekeeper. I'll help you put together a beehive. Sure, I fancy the change from what I was doing anyway. I could do with a break. You give me, I can show off this random event. I skipped it. So when you click on a part, it'll stop spinning, and you have to put the gable roof part on top, the legs on the bottom, the two body bits in the middle. The part with the door goes above the legs, while the part without goes beneath the roof. There's an example in the corner if you get confused. To make sure you get them all nicely arranged, just put them into the white framework on the screen and hit the build button, okay? So this is just gonna go up. I guess that's where it's gonna go. This one's gonna go down. That one's gonna go there, and nope, this one. Please. Alright, move out of here so I can move this one down. Build it. Really? There we go. What do I get for my troubles? Just a bunch of gold. That's not good. I mean, it's good. Gold is fine. I wanted something else though. Maybe can't get that if you're free. He'll usually give you flax. That would be very disappointing if you just can't get that. Dude, I really need something to talk about. Well, I mean, I guess I can talk about myself a little bit more, right? Like, so, really? Thank you. I said it, I've probably talked quite a bit about it in the past. I may have even said stuff about it in a recent video. I don't know, but if I did, I'm gonna do it again. So my sleeping is at the mercy of a brain condition, right? Known very infamously as insomnia. My brain doesn't make any melatonin at all. We found out. From a blood test. Dude, they can tell all kinds of things from blood. It's crazy. They just have to have a sample and something to look for, right? So I went to a doctor in 2012 because I was up for $11 days at a time. It was either 11 days or 2 weeks. I think it was 11 days though. Because I remember that whenever I would tell people about it, there would be a or somewhere in my brain. It was either 14 days or a week and 4 days. But anyway. So that was that time I was up for 11 days, and then since that I haven't slept for more than 5 hours at a time. Except when, so I'll go a little while where I will, have like 4 hours for a week or two, and then okay, that one's definitely a bot because it keeps coming back to this one, and then whenever I get it, it goes over there. That's fine though, that one's not doing anything too bad. I'll let them do whatever they're gonna do. But so then, and then there will be a week and a half where I won't sleep for 2 days or 3 days, and then get 5 hours of sleep, and then 2 or 3 more, and then whenever that week and a half ends, then I'll have a week of like 6 or 7 hours. But then for some reason those are the ones where I feel the least rested afterward. But then that will reset my cycle. And it sucks. But you know, I love this one, but I've heard it too much lately. So yeah, I gotta wait until my whole body feels exhausted, and then by that time my brain doesn't have energy to give the rest of my body. And then eventually it'll shut off. And it feels like most of the time I don't have dreams. Like, I know some people will say that you always have dreams. This is not true. People who are like in the sciences of sleep, not like pseudosciences of it. People that actually legitimately study it. They don't really know definitively anything about sleep, why our bodies feel like they need it, because it doesn't really do anything, because food is what gives us energy. Our bodily functions slow, but our brain activity is equal or greater than when we're awake. So it's not really actually turning anything off and giving it a reset. Brain's still going. But we do it. We just do it. And dreams, they don't know what they're for. The prevailing theory, and not in like a scientific theorem, like just a guess theory, is that they are to compile the data that you have collected in your waking hours and process it into lessons for better survival in the future. Mate, I've been on this rock for a while now. Alright. So yeah, if you think that you know more than the scientists do about it and say, well, everybody has dreams, sometimes you just don't remember them. Nah, it's all weird. Nobody knows. Brains are so incredibly complex that we can't get really a definitive answer on almost anything that they do or why. But so I don't have dreams. because it just most of the time. Sometimes I do. I'll have one every 3 or 4 months or so, but most of the time, it just feels like I'm unconscious. I'm out, and then I'm up. I don't know if that happens to anyone else. Probably a lot of other people with actual legitimate insomnia. Good, you move somewhere else. Or other people that don't have dreams, they probably feel something like that too. See, because when I have dreams, I can kind of feel a little passage of time between them and before them and after them and stuff. Like, it obviously goes by super fast, but I feel it there. But on the regular, it just feels like I'm, whenever I fall asleep, instantly out, instantly back in. Doesn't, if it gives me any rest at all, it's not much, it's not noticeable, and the ones where I sleep for more hours, I end up feeling even less rested than when I went to sleep. It is not conducive to good brain function, let me tell you that. My brain has so many problems, and some of them are aggravated by the insomnia, and some of them aggravate the insomnia, and it's just a loop of terrible. It's just a loop of terrible. But another thing that I want to talk about was my pug, because I love the dude. And if I've talked about him, it would have been when I started 2 years ago, and anybody watching now probably either hasn't seen those videos or they saw them a long time ago. So I'm just gonna talk about him again. So his name is Aries. He is a full-blooded, full black pug, and they said they called him a long leg. pug. They didn't call him a lean pug because all or the majority of domestic pets are lean until people overfeed them. But there may be, I guess there are pugs that have short legs, but they still aren't, naturally fat. They have short legs. Oh no, I gotta do one. But we got him whenever he was about to, oh no. Whatever, dude. I fudged it up. Because I'm really good at messing things up. So he was 2 months old. We found him on the side of the interstate. And no, I feel like I've talked about this too recently. Found him on the side of the interstate. We looked around that place for him and asked around, see if anybody had lost him. We think that he jumped out of somebody's car, like at a gas station or something. And so we got him, we took him to a vet. Somebody cared for him because he had been fully vaccinated and he had a pretty nice collar on. But I guess maybe when they noticed that he was gone, they were too far to think that they could find him easily. Or maybe he had run off quickly, like while they were getting gas or inside using the bathroom or something, and they tried immediately to find him, but he was just, gone. And that's very sad. And I feel so bad for those people because he was so pretty. He still is very pretty. Even at 8. But when we got him, we had him in an apartment that we should not have had him in because there were no pets allowed, but oh well. But he is very smart. He It still did take a little while, of course, because I was in school, so I was gone for a lot of the day, and my father made me lock him up in a bathroom when I went to school. But whenever I was there to work with him, it didn't take him long to learn to be housebroken. To learn to use the bathroom outside, even though it was dangerous, because I would have to take him out the back door by the kitchen. And if anybody else came out their back door and saw him and cared about doing so, they could have reported us, but luckily nobody ever saw. And they did some inspections while he was there. What we would do is the people would come up and they didn't really do any thorough inspections while I lived there. People just came in, looked around a bit. They were like, seemed good. I don't know if that's the normal with apartments or what, but that's how they did it in Athens. So I would sit in a recliner that we had in the bedroom and hold him under a blanket. And people would come in the door. Luckily, when they looked in the bedroom, they wouldn't like talk much, so he wouldn't whine or anything. He would just sit there so still under that blanket and not make any noise. And I don't think they ever suspected a thing. And he learned the stuff the fastest that I've ever had a dog or seen a dog learn stuff, you know, like sit and lie down. And level 7, I got crafted boots, pie dishes, and gold bracelets. Make them pie dishes. Hell yeah, dude. Actual experience. So sit, lie down, shut up, take a poop, go potty, go outside, go for a walk. Later, when we had him somewhere that he could be, go for a walk. 8. Bowls and gold amulets. Go to your bed. And then a little bit later, after I learned it from my stepdad, right here, like snapping, and right here, you know, it's similar to heal, but tell them to come right to the finger. He learned to go right where the finger was pointing, and you know, not to look at anybody when they're eating. He learned all that stuff like within a couple of days. I don't know what the normal is, but it seemed fast. Alright. And the poor guy, he's allergic to American grass. Because their immune systems are adapted to Asian grass, right? So he's always had... We've tried everything that we could afford. To help him with that. We haven't found anything to work yet, except for vitamin A and D ointment, which I thought I had in a place that it would be easily accessible after the move, but apparently not. And I've been out to the garage a bunch of times looking for my controller and some things that my mother wanted, and I haven't come across it in any box, and it sucks. Because I want to give it to him. Because I used to give it to him very, very often, and he just didn't scratch at all for a couple months. But anyway, and he's lost some of his teeth because from scratching a lot, and it happened while I was... Maybe we just can do bowstrings, alright. So this happened while I was not at my father's and he was. Like while I was in the truck with my mom and at my fiance's place, because I took care of him more when I was there, but he would just scratch a lot with his mouth. He would get hair stuck in his teeth, and the hair would eventually rot, and then that would make his teeth rot. So now he's lost all of the ones in the middle, on the bottom of his mouth, and a couple of the ones on the top. My poor boy. Oh, I didn't fire these! What am I doing? I guess I'll put them in the bank and fire them later. Too late to turn back now. There we go. An actual yawn. My brain will be ready to shut off soon. But he's doing a lot better on the average health-wise the last couple of years, because he's been living with me and Mama, and we feed him well is one of the main things. He gets actual exercise. He's not in a place that's always filthy. Like my father's places are, have been, and such. And he gets medicine for things. Getting really close. Being able to make this leather body. It'll help when I actually fire these bowls. Dude, this goes by so fast with bowls. I'm loving it. And he had some puppies, which is good, because he's already at this point in my life, which is very early on, getting really old. Pugs, you know, they have a lot of health problems. So their bodies start going downhill on the early side of the dog spectrum. Leather armor! Hooray! So he made a litter of 4. And then the firstborn out of that one, my Athena, has made a litter of 8 twice. Yeah. And the first litter we kept 2 of. The second one we got rid of all of them, and then 1 of those other 2 that we kept we had to get rid of to come here because they only allow 3. Love jazz, dude. So I'm gonna start like doing a thing of writing down any ideas that I can talk about, good or not bad, but you know, not like excellent things to talk about, because that's a tip that they give. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go. All the way down here. I guess I'm gonna do the home teleport because it'll be closer. We'll go to Al Kharid again. And some hides. And then, luckily, I'll be able to teleport to Varrock. Dude, a chef's head is that much? They picked it up. Alright. So then I'll be able to compile them and flesh them out into conversation, and then that'll, doing that for a little while will train me to be able to come up with things better. Crafting level 15! Snail shell helmets, or snails, crab shell armor, and oak birdhouses. Completed Charlie's task, go back and give him the leather booty. Can do, Governor. He gives me a new clue. They have 2. Oh no. You have a clue up there? This is... Where is that? I'll be doing it some other time, but... Alright, you're gonna tell me it's here. I was assuming it was here at the Wizard's Tower. Oh, it says here on the south side of the Wizard Tower. Yeah, it requires a spade. I know. I guess I can head there. I think that will be... I hope the beginner ones only have 2. Because I don't want to drag this video out. But I want this to be done for when I do magic tomorrow. A jug. Great. Jugs are dope. Holy crap, what? Alright. You say so, people. I'll take this bucket. Give me that bucket. Alright. Gotta go in this bank. Get my spade. I can pause this part. Hang on. Alright. So we've made it. Please don't show me where it is. Dude. I'm gonna turn it all off then. Sorry about that. I wanted to have to derive a little bit more from the map. I got steel plate body. Yay! Now I can get better ones. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching this. even though I had nothing to talk about. I hope you enjoyed it somehow. And if you did, click the like button, that's what it's there for. If you want to see more, subscribe, and if you have anything to say, positive or negative, leave a comment below. I will read it, no help out one way or another. And I'm gonna sleep.